Thank you, Senator Capito. Senator Shaheen.
Good morning. Thank you for being here, Acting Secretary Sue. I know it won't surprise you to hear that one of the issues I hear frequently about from our small businesses in New Hampshire is their difficulty in finding seasonal workers and using the H-2B visa program. New Hampshire has consistently, for as long as I can remember since COVID, had an unemployment rate that's below 3%. Right now, the March adjusted rate was 2.6%. A year ago, it was below 2%. We can't find the workers we need, and in a state where we rely on tourism, it's our second largest industry, we need those seasonal workers. We need those H-2B visa workers. And one of the things that we're hearing is that, as you know, before employers can apply to the Department of Homeland Security for the visa, they have to be approved by the Department of Labor to certify that there are no U.S. workers who can fill those jobs. They've had trouble getting that certification because of processing delays at the Department of Labor. What are you doing to address that? And what do we need to do to adjust this budget to make sure you have the funding you need to help make sure we can approve the people who need these workers to run their businesses?
Yeah, thank you very much, Senator. So I understand the importance of the H-2B program in your state and in many others and in multiple industries across the country. This is a program that has grown in demand. In fact, in the first 4 days of January of this year, we had an application for more visas, 4 times the number of visas than the maximum number. So recognize just how just how dire the need is. I have also focused, since I came as Deputy Secretary in 2021, on everything we can do to improve our operational, the functioning of how we process. And I have heard that there have been improvements in processing. I'm very happy to talk to you further about those who continue to struggle in your home state, Senator. But one thing I will say is that the way that the Department of Labor is funded to process these claims has no relationship to the number of claims that we get. So as the number has gone up, we have remained flat funded.
That's why I'm asking
Yes.
what you need in this budget in order to move those approvals, because I think it's a 2-part process. One is getting workers certified, but the other is we don't have enough H-2B visas in the program. We're looking at a nationwide unemployment rate, as you pointed out yourself, which is a good problem to have, but we're not producing enough workers to fill the jobs that we're creating.
Yeah.
And we got to figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
And DOL's role in ensuring that there are enough H-2B visas available to employers is really critical.
Yes, yes, and my team has been very hard at work to try to address that. Our budget request does include $1.8 million to add staffing for processing. Keep in mind that is because our overall budget request comes in under the Fiscal Responsibility Act.
Right.
I mean, I'm very happy to explore with you other options. One that has been floated in the past is having the Department of Labor get some of the fees that are submitted in order to again, level up when the numbers increase, but I would be very happy to work with you on other creative ideas to make sure that we can process.
Thank you, I appreciate that. In New Hampshire, we have a federal prison called FCI Berlin that has really struggled with recruiting and retaining qualified corrections officers and other employees that they need. And part of the problem is that there's a lack of parity in salaries that are offered by local agencies and firms who compete with companies in the region, and FCI Berlin falls within the rest of U.S. pay locality, and the locality pay program has simply failed to keep pace with local salaries in the area. Now, we've been told that establishing a new pay area for the Berlin micropolitan statistical area would help address this issue. However, the Bureau of Labor Statistics has said that the current wage survey model is not capable of producing reliable salary estimates for micropolitan statistical areas or rural counties. So how can we encourage the Bureau of Labor Statistics to explore ways to address this, because we have so many rural areas, not only in New Hampshire, but across the country, where this is a huge problem, where people are competing with an area like, well, we get thrown in with Boston, and there's a big difference between what's happening in New Hampshire with pay and what's happening in the Boston area. So what can you tell us that the Bureau of Labor Statistics could do to help us deal with this problem?
Thank you, Senator. This is definitely an issue that we are seeing, as you noted, and as the chairwoman noted. This is a moment in which there's a tight labor market, and it is resulting in workers with more choice and employers needing to recruit and retain, and including competing on wages. This has had some positive impact in terms of workers and their wages, especially one thing we've seen since President Biden came into office is real wages rise, especially for low and middle income Americans. And that means more money in the pockets of working families. But to your point, I'm happy to work with you to figure out what we need to do.
And I appreciate, we want workers to do better, but the federal government has to keep up with that pay scale as well. And right now, we're not doing that. So thank you very much. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator Shaheen.